Hello and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report. Jim Sheehan here, Dennis Papadatos there. Coach, Pride, 2 matches over the weekend at the David S. Mack Sports and Exhibition Complex. A split of 2 matches, losing to Northern Colorado in the first match before defeating VMI in the nightcap. Your assessment, let's start with the Northern Colorado match.
I'll be honest, we expected to win both. I still think we could have won both. Forfeiting 149 was something we found out about that morning, so that didn't help. We feel like our 49-pounder could have beat their 49-pounder, so that's a 9-point swing. Obviously we like the rest of the match, but coming into it is very realistic that we could have won that match. So that did not help, and it kind of threw a little things for a whirlwind. We won a couple close matches, but we lost a couple close matches. Were also ones that I kind of expected to win, so it wasn't a bad day. They're a good team. They're from the Big 12, but anytime you feel like you can win, you feel like you're gonna win, you feel like you should win, and you don't win, there's a little bit of a letdown. So that was a little frustrating, but there wasn't. The guys fought. The guys were prepared. Just a couple mistakes here at a few weights, and then forfeited 49 was at the end of the day not overcomable. But I still think we could have won the dual meet even with winning 49.
And the Pride lost by 8, so that 9-point swing would have been
there. You go.
There you go.
There you go.
The nightcap, VMI, a solid match by a number of. Let's go back first. Northern Colorado, we can't overlook. Dylan Ryder defeating Rico Montoya, who was a 12th ranked wrestler at 125 in the nation. A pretty impressive performance by Dylan.
For sure. He's been down. He's qualified for nationals twice at 133, and that kid's now coming down to 25 for his senior year. He feels like he can make a real good run, and I think he's wrestled 6 or 7 times, and he has 1 loss to Dylan, and all his wins are bonus points. So he's a good kid that Dylan went out there, and I know they think it was a fluke. It wasn't a fluke. Dylan is good. And he dominated the match for 7 minutes. It's not like he caught him in one 6-point move. He caught it to him twice. He rode him out for 4 minutes. He pretty much dominated 6.5 minutes of a 7-minute match. You deserve to win when that happens. Kid's good though. We'll see if we ever see him again. It doesn't matter if we do or we don't. Dylan gets better, as you know, every week and every day. So can't be overlooked. It definitely put some good energy in people. I know excited the fans. A lot of people are excited about it. So it's good to have a true freshman local kid being a spark plug at the first weight class that you start doing meet at usually.
Dylan with a major decision win and a Tech Fall win on the weekend. 7 of Dylan's 10 wins this year have been bonus point victories, so you got to be pretty pleased with his development so far.
For sure.
His young freshman year.
For sure. He gets better every week. He's just focused. He's focused, and he has an uncanny belief in himself, and he's as coachable as anyone possibly can be. So you cannot complain when the kid's a workhorse, when he's coachable and he believes in himself. It makes it fun again. It honestly makes it fun again. Going out there and watching him enjoy competing is fun for everybody. And
looking at the VMI match, the Pride was down 9 of 5, and then 3 straight bonus point victories to put Hofstra out ahead for good. Your assessment of that match?
Again, forfeiting. We feel like going back, we feel like we can win all 10 of those weights, and they're a very improved VMI team. I'm actually impressed with them. We had some close matches that I wasn't hoping they'd be close, but their 74-pounder is good. Sage, was a little banged up before. Sage is going to be out for about a month now, which is good news. We don't compete for a month. Sage probably won't even be on the mat for a little bit. So he went in there not full strength and then got caught. I don't want to say got caught. A good kid, hit a good move, and our injury probably, stopped us from being able to really battle through that. Is what it is. Their 41-pounder is very good, who we forfeited to. We feel like Lambert realistically could have won. We just bumped Lambert up to 49 because we felt that the 49-pounder probably is a 41-pounder. It doesn't start because the 41-pounder is better. So we figured give the 6 points to their second best kid, and then go after someone else. And I think there's only 2 weights we lost. Right? We forfeited,
right,
and we lost 74.
133.
We lost 33. I forgot about that. He's struggling a little bit, and we'll have to get through that. But the guys battled to an improved VMI team after, but we felt a heartbreaking loss. We thought we were going to win Northern Colorado, so not winning it, took some air out of us, and the guys picked back up and did what they had to do. So that's always commendable.
And now the break for semester exams, which have begun, and then 2 more weeks before you return on the 4th of January at Bloomsburg against the Huskies, 6 o'clock match in Bloomsburg. If any of our alums are in the Pennsylvania area, want to come down, I'm sure there will be.
Joel Kislin told me he's going. Joel Kislin told me he's going.
Joel Kislin is one of the great alums who was still true to his school.
So yeah, 3rd in the nation for us in 1970. I don't remember.
73.
73. Okay.
Hey, speaking of Joel Kisling, Alumni Day this past weekend. Let's talk about that a little bit and the ceremonies that were before the first Hofstra match.
It was great, to honor Nick Gallo and that new national championship banner and the brand new banner of our national appearances, of our conference titles, and then we have 30 All-Americans. That's a lot of programs. That's a lot for Hofstra University, and it's a lot for wrestling programs across the country. Mike Hughes last year was our 30th All-American. So it was important for me that all of them and their hard work gets on in the arena. They're all in our wrestling room, but I wanted them in where we compete with space to grow. That's why there's space underneath their name, because that's what our expectation is, to add to them, to add more Nick Gallos, to add more Mike Hugheses, to add more Joel Kislins. Ed Pigeons, for sure.
We talked about him earlier before the show.
Yes, so that's the stuff that I thought it was important to put them up there, about our history, and to let people know that we're not proud of our history. Our history is part of who we are, and it's who we expect to be moving forward. So that's why it was great to have all those people in attendance. It was a good event, and people felt good about the situation. They felt like we hopefully we could have won 2 dual meets, but all the alumni also were like, hey man, you guys competed, you battled, 1 or 2 things didn't go your way. In Northern Colorado, and we go 2-0 against 2 pretty good teams. So it was positive, and it went really well. It went as well as expected, and I really want to thank facilities and Jay and everybody on, Ryan got those banners situated. I didn't do much. I didn't do much of the event. I just really kind of showed up. They made life much easier on me, that they handled all that, and I thought everything went without a hitch, and like I said, the banners came out awesome.
And you also have a project going on right now in the wrestling room with all our All-Americans.
We're hoping, it's in the mix. We're trying to start fundraising for it. Yes, all Americans we want to rebrand the entire wrestling room and hopefully get new cardio and redo that whole room. Be around. The estimate is around $50,000 to do everything we need with all the brand new equipment and all the rebranding. Where we want to put all the All-Americans. They're in there now, but make a mural. Kind of like fathead type stuff like that on the walls and words and accomplishments instead of they're just a little outdated. They were good for their time, but it's been 15 years. They need to be updated.
Good. Best of luck on that fundraising program. Best of Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and your family, and I guess we'll see you the week right after New Year's.
Right after New Year's.
As we get ready for Bloomsburg.
Perfect time to focus. This is a real light week. Next week we'll train. We'll have a week off. We'll come back. We'll have almost a week before we get ready for that match. So it's really a good time. This week is super light. We're barely running practice. We're just meeting at the same time, and it's a mental rehab week. You know what I mean? So we can train next week, even during finals. So I think the guys are enjoying that to get their bodies and minds right for another sprint from January to March.
Well, happy holidays, and
happy holidays to everyone.
Thank you for watching the WB Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com.